Sup peeps, my name's Ian, I sell books on eBay. Happy Easter, it's Easter Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I was going to take a whole weekend off, but the sales have been absolutely piling in, so I thought I'd better share some of what's going out in the last couple of days, what's going out today, or what I'll pack up today anyway, and a couple of the bits and pieces that I've picked up for myself over the last few days as well. So it's been a really good few days on all fronts. I've had a couple of really good pickups, managing to make up lots of pre-made bundles just by chance, finding lots of sets of fantasy books, etc. A lot of bread and butter to get listed, a few for myself, and like I say, the sales have been firing out. The last 7 days I've managed to average over £200 a day now, so it's just been very consistent for over a week. Will that continue? Who knows? It's eBay. Last week of the month, payday, Easter holidays, maybe that's given us a wee boost, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens over the coming weeks, whether or not that makes a big difference. I was looking at a few things and on eBay, and they're saying, give it takes a few weeks for the algorithm to really begin to kick in with promoted listings and such like. So I've not messed with that for a fortnight, and maybe that's what's doing it. Maybe it just happens to be I've got stuff that people want to buy at the moment, payday, all of these things. But whatever the reason, it's been a great few days. It restores my faith in doing this, and if that continues, then maybe we'll be able to pop some shelving and stuff. It would be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, first up, I'll run through the stuff that's sold over the last few days that's already been packed. Nearly all of it already posted, so I can't show you them physically, but I'll put a wee runner at the side of the screen here, just so you can see what I'm talking about as I go. What's appearing there may not match exactly with what I'm talking about at the moment, but they'll all be on there one way or another. So going back to the 28th, so today's the 31st, so going back to the 28th, I hope I haven't spoken about these ones already, but you never know. First up, we had 5 Dork Diary books for £12.54. I do like Dork Diary. I've not got many left at the moment, so hopefully I'll find some today. I'm going to pop out later on and see what I can get. Then we got The Chase, which is the Forbidden Game Book 2 by, who's that, Lisa Smith. So it's a point horror book, and that went for £7.84. Then To Jeffrey, cheers Jeff. I know Jeffrey's a viewer, has bought from us before, and he bought a bundle of World War II books, so it's 16 vintage and antiquarian titles. I didn't really know what to do with them separately, so I just put them all in a big lot, listed them for 40 quid, and Jeffrey up in Aberdeen has taken those, so cheers Jeff. Then we've got The Secret History, Donna Tartt. That is one of these books, similar to another one that I'll show you shortly, that just sells almost as soon as I get it in every single time, so I'm always really excited to find that. That went for £9. Then we've got a wee bundle of 3 Ian Rankins, so just Ian Rankin paperbacks. Again, they sell pretty consistently, and they went for £9.99. A wee book all on its own, How Dogs Think by Stanley Coren, £6.84. A DVD, not sold many DVDs lately, but there's a couple going out. Batman Return of the Caped Crusader from 2016, that went for £7. Then one of the fantasy bundles that I picked up the other day, Maggie Stiefvater, the Shiver trilogy. Now I've had a couple of these books, I've just had them listed singly, but I happened to pick up all 3 at the same time, so stuck them up as a bundle, £8.99, and they sold almost straight away, so that was good. An old antiquarian vintagey book, first edition from 1973, called Patrick Special Reporter by Angus McVicker. Took an offer on that, and it went for £7.99 in total. Then we've got some Martina Cole, another favourite bread and butter at the moment. I've been seeing Martina Cole books forever, never bothered with them because I thought, they're too common, and then I remembered common books are common for a reason, they're popular, they sell, so I've been picking up loads of those, and that's another bundle of 5 going out for £12.99. I think she's probably like my joint top seller in the last 4 weeks. Then another single book, this is Phosphate Rocks by Fiona Erskine, that went for £6.84. And then a jigsaw. I thought I'd taken down all my jigsaws, but obviously I've missed a couple. So Seaside Memories, and that went for £10.98. I don't mind selling jigsaws, but they just take up a lot of space, so I just stopped getting them. I got a lot for free, which is why I had them, but yeah, whatever, you know. Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, picked up a few copies of this recently, one hardcover, a couple of paperbacks, £8.79 that hardcover went, and again that's only been up a few days. And then we've got June, which, just like Secret History, it sells almost as soon as I get it. It just goes out the door so quickly. £8.34 for that copy of June. And then a first edition New English Library of Chapter House June from 1985. It's in fantastic condition, absolutely fantastic condition, and it sold for £53.99, so that was a really nice resale. Next, we've got a bundle of Jacqueline Wilson, £11.49 for the 5 of those. There's a wee hardcover in there. Then a single Jojo Moyes. I don't know if I've ever sold Jojo Moyes as a single book, but it went today, £6.99 for that one. Next, a pre-made bundle, Martina Cole hardcovers. So I've listed the paperbacks in like a variation listing, and then I've taken the hardcovers I had and just put them into pre-made bundles. See if it works, and it's worked there. £16.99 for those 5 books. And then another bundle that I picked up just the other day, Dogman, Dav Pilkey, you know, the Captain Underpants guys. So I got a 9-book set of Dogman books, all in really good condition. They sell quite well on their own, but I thought, let's just put these together and see how fast they go. And they went fast. Within a day, £34.99 for those 9 books. A wee single book, UFO Scotland by Ron Halliday. That went for £10, so again, quite nice. And You're Always With Me by Frida Kahlo. Everyone knows Frida of the Monobrow. That went for £8.99. Then, John Lennon book and 4 Stephen Leather books, mix of hardback and paperbacks there, £15.49. And then we're going to get on to the ones that I can actually show you, which starts with an absolute beast of an order. 25 books. This lot here, all of them Wilbur Smith. I'm not going to take them all out and show you, but it's just a really good mix. Paperbacks, hardcovers, all sorts in there. We'll go into a wee box quite nicely, which is good. And the lot of those sold for, if I can find the top of the list, because there's so many of them. 25 books. 25 books, must be near the top by now. They sold for £56.49. So 25 books for 56 quid. Somebody's getting a bit of a bargain there at individual book price. And it's great because it's cleared up a load of space for me. I can always pick up lots of Wilbur Smith, so I'm happy for them to go in a big chunk. That's maybe half of what I had in stock. So, you know, delighted with that. £56.49 for that. So another good order getting moving. Next, we have another copy of Dune. Again, lovely mint condition. It's an imprint of kind of like the first edition paperback. It's not a first edition paperback. It's much more recent than that. And you know that just because the price on the back of it's £6.99, but 12 quid for that one. It really is absolutely mint. So that was nice. Then something a bit different. I saw this in the shop the other day. Can't even remember which shop. A big model kit. I used to make these when I was a boy with my dad. So I thought of that and I thought, oh, I'm going to get that and build it. It was a £5. So I thought, yeah, let's grab that and give it a go. And then I got back, and as you always do when you buy anything now these days, you know, you look it up and it seemed to be selling from anywhere to £40 to £60. So I checked it. All the bags are sealed. Everything's complete. You know, the box has obviously got a bit of storage to it, but really good condition. So I just listed it up and it sold for £45. So I'll find myself another one at some point to build, but 45 quid for that. So that was really nice from a £5. Then we've got a bundle of Jodi Picoult. So these have started selling lately. As we know, once you get a bit of momentum in a listing, things just sell. So 5 Jodi Picoult paperbacks, £12.54. Quite happy with that. Then Something else that I've picked up, a few of these in the last few days, large print books. The large print books, especially from popular authors, do seem to sell quite well, and they hold a bit more value. That went for a tenner. John Grisham's The Guardian's large print book. So yeah, if you see the large print ones, even if they're not high value books, when you scan them, list them, they do tend to go for a little bit more. Another DVD, Heavy Metal. Don't really know what that is, but it's America's #1 hit apparently. So yeah, some sort of animation type thing from, I'm guessing, the 80s by the look of it. It's Ivan Reitman. Yeah, Ivan Reitman. So Ghostbusters dude. That's one of his early things. That went for £8. And then another wee bundle. 1, 2, 3. Count them. 3 Leslie Pierce. 3 Leslie Pierce went for £9.89. And then I do believe we've got another bundle, which are these 5. So a wee mix, Leslie Pierce and Katie Flynn, a couple of Leslie Pierce, 3 Katie Flynn paperbacks, and the 5 of those went for £13.99. Paperbacks are wee, the hardcover's big. It might be under 2 kilos. I hope it is, but if it isn't, it's not the end of the world. Then another pre-made bundle. Oof, this one's over 2 kilos. 10 James Patterson hardcover Alex Cross books. So I say I had a lot of James Patterson hardcovers, and they weren't moving, so I took them out of listing. I've bundled a few up like that in bundles of 4, 5, 10, a few variations to see what sells. I've still got quite a few to list in different sets, so try to keep them together. The early Alex Cross books, Michael Bennett books, these summer thrillers, that way. But those 10 went for £24.99. So again, somebody's getting a bit of a bargain. £2.50 a book for hardcovers. That's pretty good, and it gets them out of my way, that's for sure. So, and it's a type of book and an author that I know I can pick up a lot of, so if they do sell well that way, I'll just keep bundling them up and sending them out. Next, another single book, a wee Thomas Harris Hannibal Lecter omnibus. So again, pretty good condition. Couple of wee minor creases on it, but nothing significant, and that went for £7.99. And the last single book, Crime and Punishment, Dostoevsky. So I like selling the classics. I've got probably about 40, 50 sitting waiting to get listed at the moment, so I'm going to have to get through those in the next few days. Take a bit of time this week to catch up on those, but that went for £6.84. So they don't typically sell for anything more than other books, but they do sell, and that's kind of the key bit. And the last order, although others have come in since I was doing this, but I'll save them for tomorrow. So the last one for today is a set of 3 art books. So Taschen. We've got Andy Warhol, Lichtenstein, Stein, and just a generic pop art book. And the 3 of those went in a pre-made bundle again, although they're not wrapped, £15.99. So yeah, some good sales over the last few days. I don't know what all of that adds up to because I've got them on separate screens, but the average sales over the last, let me see, so that was from the 28th, wasn't it? So on the 28th we did £243 in sales, the 29th 180, and yesterday on the 30th 262. So it has been a good consistent rate. That's almost enough to start earning a living, so it's definitely getting there. Is that because I've been listing consistently? Well, relatively consistently. It's been, averaged about £2,000 a week listing things on, and I want to be, my target for this month has been to get up to £1,400 a week in sales. So that leaves a bit of a gap between the two to keep building stock and allowing for the promotions and everything. But the last 7 days have been, let's say, over £200 a day on average. And last week, so from the 22nd to the 28th, because of the way I've got this mapped out, is the first time in a long while that it's been over £100 in sales every single day. You know, started the week at 110, finished it at 243. So that was cracking, and only spent about £100 in stock. So even better, you know, getting 100 quid to be able to keep listing £2 a week. Well, £1,912 listed last week, from paying out 100 quid in stock. Slightly less than that, 92 quid to be honest. That's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So it's been a good week. That's why I'm back today. I want to share this. Tomorrow it could have ended up being far too much. Anyway, what have we been picking up? I'm trying to remember how far I got with showing you what I've got when I've got it. I do believe that this is new. The Dark Tower, Stephen King. So it's the 7th book, the final book in the Dark Tower sequence. And it's a lovely illustrated hardcover, you know, from the end papers are glorious. I can't even remember what edition this is. It's it's a first edition. I don't know if I'd even realised that. I just saw the hardcover and picked it up and chucked it in the pile. But it's got, you know, fantastic illustrations all the way through. Beautiful book. I've read the first 3, I think, of this series many years ago, and you know, the fantasy side, it's not so much for me. It was a bit drawn out at times. The shorter books at the start were quite good, and then they started getting a bit of a plod, but I will read them at some point, and that's me got book number 7, so I just need to get the first 6, no bother, and get them racked up. I also got a copy of From a Buick 8. So, you know, let's say these are just picked up in the charity shops. Again, a wee first edition, so that's from 2002. I don't know if I've read that or not. I'm sure I did, but I don't remember it at all. So, yeah, who knows? Was it just a rewrite of Christine and that's why it doesn't stick? I don't know. But anyway, I've got that one as well. So that was a couple of Stephen King's picked up. Can't mind if I showed you this one already or not, but another John Connolly, Every Dead Thing. Nice early edition of that. And a wee Terry Pratchett as well. So the wee free men. So it's nice that he's got Glaswegians in his books. First edition of that one. So that was quite nice to get a few for myself. The shelf's beginning to fill up. It's actually gaining momentum quicker than I thought it would, even just sticking to those handful of authors. I've picked up one that I thought about keeping for myself as well, like an almost complete set of Christopher Brookmyre. So not Chris Brookmyre, when he changed his name, but everything up to the point where he changed his name to Chris Brookmyre. I think it was nearly a complete set. Loads of first editions, signed copy, all in immaculate condition. And I did think, right, will I clear some more space on the shelf and get back to my Brookmyre collection, because Brookmyre, his books were brilliant. I loved his books when he started writing. I've not read much of his later stuff since he became Chris. I think I got to Black Widow and kind of stopped there. But the earlier stuff, fantastic. Carl Hyacin of Glasgow. If you've not read Carl Hyacin, you're missing out there too. Which is also another author. I picked up a big bundle of Carl Hyacin books. Again, fantastic condition. Somebody had obviously just been having a clear out. So I don't know if it's anywhere near a complete set of his books or not, but there was a lot of them. Fantastic condition, hardcovers, paperbacks. And again, I thought, oh, I'd love to keep them for myself, but I didn't. I've just listed them up in one big bundle. And in the same lot, I got a big chunk of Irvine Welsh. So Irvine from the Acid House all the way through to, well, I don't know, whatever one it was. Not a complete set. I know there's some obvious titles that were missing from it, but you know, Acid House, Trainspotting, Marabou Stork, Porno, Filth, Bedroom Secrets of the Master Chefs, Glue, Ecstasy. That was a really, really good selection. So all 3 of those I was very tempted just to keep for myself, because that would have been 3 nice big sets, and it would have cost me, what was that, maybe 40 or 50 books in total. So that would have cost me like £12 to £15 for those 3 fantastic sets of authors. But I'm here to sell books, not keep them. So I've listed them up just in bundles of sets, although I do have listings for each of those in the variations, but I thought, no, let's see if they go as bundles, just because they were in good nick, and it seemed like something to try. It takes longer to list them that way than it does just to go into the listing and update all the numbers I've got, but no, giving it a go that way, see what happens. Also managed to grab a few more bundles of like vintage paperbacks. I see lots of young adult bundles I've been making up. Some I've listed, some I'm getting ready to list, because I've got them in bags that I've not got sorted through. Though one thing I did find the other day, Sarah J Maas, I've seen these a few times. I think I've maybe picked one up, and it's sat listed on its own and it's not moved, but looking at the listings, when you've got a bit of a set, they seem to sell an awful lot better. So a kind of set of like 5 Sarah J Maas books from that one series, Prince of Thorns Crown, I don't know, and we've got them listed up too, so, and bundled, they seem to go for a reasonable amount of money fairly regularly. So I'm trying a few of these things because I've got the books available to do it, to see how that works, which is, having too much stock to list is creating an advantage from that point of view, because it means that I can, instead of just getting stuff in and getting it listed because I need to make money and keep it turning over, I'm being able to keep stuff by until I've got some sort of a set, and I'm not like grudging 3 or 4 books sitting there for a few weeks whilst I'm waiting for another couple to complete the set. So that's been quite good from that point of view of having too much. I'm able to stack them up and wait till I've got more complete sets or reasonable sized bundles of the same author and get them listed that way. So it's been good. As ever, thanks for the comments and the support on the last few videos. Like, subscribe, all these usual things. Let's keep it ticking over, keep the channel going. I'm still working my way through The Stand. It's really good. I don't know why I haven't read it sooner. It is absolutely cracking. I remember the other day, my mate from school, Jock, if you're out there, how you doing? And he'd read it, so I read it, and it was like, wow, revelation. He also read The Stand and told me about it, I'm quite sure. This was what kind of ticked into my head, and at the time it was like, oh, I've got to read that, and then for some reason I never did. But now, Christ, 30 odd years later, it's a long time, innit? I'm finally reading it. It's good, although it's the updated edition, the one he brought out about 1990. So although the book was published in the 70s, there's lots of 80 references in it, and they feel like a lot of them have been forced in and jarred to make it more relevant and pop culture-y. Does that make sense? And some of them are a wee bit annoying, to be honest. There's kind of a couple of 100 pages in, I was thinking, well, should I just go and find an original edition without all the extras and read that? I thought, hell with it, I'm a fifth of the way through the book, I might as well just crack on. So I have done. Let's say it's great. A bit of Captain Trips to lighten your day. I want to get that finished soon because I've got these other cracking books to get into. Well, I'm hoping they're cracking books. I'm quite excited to read them. So the Joe Abercrombie to replace George Martin, not replace, but fill a gap, and then Larry McMurtry's Lonesome Dove. Really excited to get into both of those, but need to get through The Stand first. Need to get through that. Sounds like it's a chore. It really, really isn't. Anyway, that is all for today. I'm just having a wee look around to see if there's anything else I wanted to share and have missed and forgotten about. No, I think that's about it. I did, as ever in my bundles, pick up a couple of signed copies. Bit of Bill McLaren, Rugby Dude. They don't sell fast, but that seems to go for about 25 quid at times. And then Hernan Diaz Trust, again a signed copy. This guy won Pulitzer for this in 2023, so I was quite happy to see that signed by the author. So we've got that one listed up as well. So I've not had that many signed books lately. One I did have, it was like, oh, that's signed, and I just picked it up, and then I got it home and it's absolutely manky destroyed, so I'm not even going to list it, which is a shame. Wee fantasy book. I see I got that Brookmeyer signed book, which is in the bundle that I've listed. A couple of other wee fantasy paperback ones. What was it? The Deathless Girls. So this was in my bag that I was trying to make up fantasy bundles out of, and I had a couple by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. It's a beautiful book. Look at that inside cover. And then just as I was checking to see I wasn't even going to look inside it, but I was looking to see if it was a trilogy, if there was a series, you know, how many books they'd written, and they're all just individual titles. But when I opened it up, a wee limited signed edition as well, so I think I've listed that for a tenner. So, you know, inked edges. It's a lovely little book, so maybe that'll sell and make me a little bit more money. Anyway, that is all I've got to blather on about today. I'm going to pack these things up, get them bagged up and out of the way. I am going to go down to the shop and maybe grab a few bits and pieces. I'm assuming the boy's going to want to go to the gym today, so I drop him at the gym. Shop's around the corner. Into the shop, gives me an hour, take my time, pick him up, back up the road for lunch, late afternoon, probably him eating a lot of chocolate Easter eggs, and that'll be the day. But it's been a lovely couple of days up here as well. Don't know what it's like in the rest of the country, but it's all good. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks for watching. Love you. See ya. Bye.